Good morning, cat on the trail and beautiful black bear on this beautiful warming up Monday in January. And seen some gators today, and I was going to take some pictures of wildlife. And as I was contemplating what maybe the topic I might broach, I came up to a section of trail where somebody had a bad morning. They had a major bowel issue, and it was literally on the edge of the trail. It couldn't have been fun. And then the cleanup commenced thereafter with wads and wads of toilet paper, and it was left as it was put down, which, you know, is not nice. Not nice for them, not nice for everybody else that has to go by and witness it. Was it avoidable? Who knows? I mean, come on, we've all had issues where, I need to go yesterday and we don't have time to do anything but maybe luckily get our pants down. I get it, no problem, no judgment there. That's life. But what you do afterwards, you know, makes you a decent person in my book. And what would have been decent was right within 10 feet of where this ugly event happened. The hogs had been nosing through and ripping up and digging. So there's plenty of loose earth that one could have easily carried over and buried. Doubtful that a day hiker would have a deuce of spades where they could dig a cat hole and properly bury it. But no effort was made to hide, conceal, or do anything appropriate with the before mentioned travesty. So that leads me to talk about Leave No Trace. And Leave No Trace is a program that all good hikers adopt, whether you're a day hiker, but it might be foreign to day hikers because they're not embedded or immersed in the hiking community. So it's more often utilized by trail hikers, backpackers, through hikers, section hikers. And there's 7 principles to Leave No Trace. In no particular order, I'd like to cover them. And if you've heard them all before and you know, you might not want to listen, that's fine. Or if you want to just reiterate those 7 principles and be mindful of them, that's fine too. It's good to look at them every now and then. So basically, it's such a nice view behind me here at the St. John's. So in no particular order, we'll talk about hiking and camping on durable surfaces. That's one of them. Hiking and camping on durable surfaces means, you know, not in fragile environments, not in alpine areas, not next to a stream where it's so close it could be hazardous to you or the stream. Also not close to where wildlife is known. In the Smokies, you have to get a permit, and the reason they do that is because they make sure you don't camp where the bears are. So durable surfaces, stay on trail. Somebody has to pass, you stop, you let them pass. Don't walk onto club moss or, you know, princess pine or anything like that that you can destroy or wreck, especially where it's really fragile. So stay on a path, camp on durable surfaces, utilize preset campsites if you have the opportunity. If you stealth camp, which I do, don't trample plants, don't break branches, be mindful, okay? Grasses, you know, most grasses you can put a tent on, they'll flatten out and they'll spring back. You can even help them the next morning by maybe kind of like teasing them. So think about that. So durable surfaces. That's 1. 2 is plan and prepare, right? So if this person planned enough, they had enough paper products to clean up. So they did have some planning, some preparation, but also have a plan on what you're going to do if something like that happens. I see it on the boardwalks with dog feces, and there's no excuse. I mean, look at this. Nature's Kleenex, Spanish moss. If you had to wipe your tail end or you had to pick up feces, your dog's feces, you know, scoot it off the trail. A lot of times they'll see bags of feces. Well, that's nice. They bag their dog's feces, and I'll walk by it once, twice, maybe 3 times before I have a garbage bag to throw it in. You know, if you're mindful enough to pack it up, bring it out. So that brings us to the next one, number 3, which is pack it in, you pack it out. Trash. Don't leave any trash in the woods. And I don't care if it's like a little piece of the end of your granola bar where you tore it off. If you drop it, look for it. Take a second, look for it. You dropped it, pick it up, put it in your pouch, or pick up somebody else's. On Black Bear, I pick up garbage all the time. I almost always have a garbage bag, and I pick stuff up. So if everybody does it, there'll never be any garbage. So it's a communal effort. Don't burn garbage if you start a fire, you know. Don't burn your Mountain House, Peak Meal. Those have foil, silicate packets. Don't do that. That's garbage. Pack that out, okay? If you're in a fragile alpine system or a desert, and you know, again, you have a bowel movement, and those areas you should pack it out, just like if it was dog waste. Get a wag bag, you pack it out, pack out all your toilet paper, stuff like that. And then of course there's rules for how to use the cat hole, the distance from water, camp, and places. You want to adhere to that and be respectful of others. Everybody uses the trail. So those are a couple. So let's see, the next one is, let's talk about wildlife. So we see lots of wildlife, you know, we're in their yard, so to speak. We're in their living room. So we want to respect them, don't encroach on them. I have tons and tons of pictures of snakes. Very rarely do I ever touch them or go near them. I'll go around them. If they're in the path and they look like they're going to stay there, and I know there's hikers behind me, I'll try to gently persuade them to move or help move them. Otherwise, I don't touch them. I let them be. You know, I see hogs, I'll walk up on them, I'll take their picture. Same thing with bears, turkeys. But I don't harry them, worry them, harass them. You know, this is their home. Let them be. Don't pressure them, don't stress them, because it could be detrimental to you. You know, you chase something, they could turn around and chase you back. So respect wildlife, and that's everything from, you know, ground squirrels to elk to you name it. My buddy works in Yellowstone where he's a guide, and they have signs, don't pet the fuzzy cows. How many people a year get trampled, majorly injured, sometimes killed from buffalo? These guys are tons, they weigh tons. Why do you think it's important to have a selfie with a buffalo? You know, is your life worth it? I don't know. Can't answer that for you. So anyway, respect wildlife. I talked about fires before, and don't burn your trash. Fires is also a leave no trace tenant. I would say, unless it was a really cold or rainy day, I didn't even entertain a fire on the Pacific Crest Trail. The environmental dynamics are different. It's very dry. It has to be a perfect scenario of having a water source and using the fire functionally for heat or for someone to cook on, and then have a readily available water source nearby where you can distinguish it beyond it ever even casting even the slightest bit of warmth. You want to make sure all the embers are out, but that's part of leaving no trace, is you want to be very responsible, very mindful, and careful with fires. There's other environments where it's definitely much safer to do that. Hold on 1 minute.